When you hear the word Blackpink, what comes to mind? Probably the world-famous girl group. Lights, choreography, massive concerts, and billions of fans screaming their names. But here's something most people don't realize. Blackpink isn't just a stylish band name. It carries a deep and powerful message that started right here, in the heart of Korean culture. You see, in the world of K-pop, names are never chosen randomly. Every letter, every color, every word has meaning. And when YG Entertainment introduced Blackpink to the world, they weren't just naming a group, they were making a statement. To many, pink means beauty, sweetness, and charm. Everything is soft and feminine. But black represents mystery, strength, and power. When you combine both, you get something explosive. Blackpink, the perfect symbol of women who are beautiful yet strong, graceful yet unshakable. But there's more. In Korean culture, colors tell stories. They reveal how society views balance, character, and even gender. So when these two colors came together under one name, it wasn't just a branding decision. It was a rebellion against the idea that beauty must be gentle or quiet. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Blackpink isn't just a group name. It's a revolution. A message to every woman and every person that you can be both soft and strong, elegant and powerful, light and dark, all at the same time. At first glance, the name Blackpink sounds simple. Black for power, pink for beauty. It looks like a cool color combination, something trendy that fits the fashion-forward world of K-pop. And for most people, that's where the meaning ends. The word black instantly creates a sense of mystery, strength, and dominance. It's the color you see in luxury, authority, and confidence. It says, I'm not afraid to stand out. Then there's pink, soft, lovely, and feminine. It's often tied to sweetness, innocence, and charm, the kind of color you'd associate with beauty, youth, and affection. So to a casual observer, Blackpink feels like a perfect blend, beauty mixed with boldness. A fashionable balance between elegance and edge. It makes you think of a stylish contrast. Black leather jackets and pink lip gloss, tough choreography and soft smiles. That's what many fans first loved about them. The dual energy that says, we can be both. And in the visual world of K-pop, that balance of color and attitude makes perfect sense. But what if I told you that the meaning runs much deeper? Because in Korea, colors aren't just for aesthetics. They tell stories, reflect values, and even shape how people see identity. So when YG Entertainment chose Blackpink, it wasn't a random mix of opposites. It was a cultural symbol, carefully crafted to challenge old ideas. Still, before we get into that deeper layer, it's worth noting how genius the surface meaning already is. Blackpink captures attention instantly. It's memorable, modern, and bold, a marketing dream. The name sounds elegant yet rebellious, playful yet strong, even if you know nothing about Korean culture. The two words side by side already spark curiosity. That's the beauty of the obvious meaning. It hooks you in with color psychology. But hidden beneath this glossy exterior lies something more profound, a message that questions how we define beauty and strength in society. And once you understand the Korean perspective behind it, you'll realize Blackpink is not just about fame or fashion, it's a declaration. The hidden cultural layer. In Korea, colors are not just decoration, they're language. Each color carries emotion, meaning, and even history. To truly understand Blackpink, you have to see what those colors mean in the Korean mind. Let's start with pink. In Western culture, pink is already associated with femininity and beauty. But in Korea, that meaning goes even deeper. Pink represents youth, the early, tender stage of life when everything feels pure and full of promise. It's the color of innocence, gentleness, and grace. Traditionally, it reflected the ideal image of a well-mannered, modest woman, quiet, polite, and softly beautiful. It's the proper beauty that older Korean generations admired. Then comes black, a color that stands on the opposite side of the emotional spectrum. In Korean culture, black is bold. It's the color of mystery, depth, and power. It's often used in fashion and art to express individuality, rebellion, or inner strength. In the traditional sense, black breaks boundaries. It challenges norms. It says, I am different, and I am proud of it. Now imagine what happens when you merge those two colors, pink and black, into one name. You get a powerful message. We can be soft but strong, beautiful but not weak, feminine but fearless. That's exactly what Blackpink stands for, a statement against the idea that beauty must mean fragility. It tells the world that a woman can wear pink and still lead, dominate, and inspire. When YG Entertainment combined these two colors, they weren't simply creating a catchy contrast. They were redefining what femininity means in modern Korea. The name Blackpink became a cultural turning point, a challenge to the old idea that women should be delicate and reserved. So beyond the music and fame, the colors themselves speak a silent truth, a truth every fan can feel, that real power shines brightest when grace and grit walk hand in hand. What YG Entertainment actually said. When YG Entertainment first introduced Blackpink to the world, they made a bold and deliberate statement: pretty isn't everything. That short phrase became the foundation of Blackpink's identity. It wasn't just about music. It was about redefining what it means to be beautiful, talented, and powerful in a world and an industry that often values looks over substance. In Korean culture, beauty has long been associated with perfection, flawless skin, delicate features, elegance, and grace. But YG Entertainment wanted to challenge that. The company envisioned a group that could be both beautiful and strong, graceful and fierce, feminine and fearless. The word pink traditionally represents softness, youth, and the ideal image of femininity, something gentle and sweet. But the word black adds a striking contrast. It represents power, depth, mystery, and authority. When combined, Blackpink becomes a paradox, a union of opposites that creates something new. YG Entertainment explained that Blackpink symbolizes women who go beyond surface beauty. Each member embodies individuality, confidence, and skill, the kind of women who can light up a stage not just with their looks, but with presence, charisma, and raw talent. From the start, this message resonated deeply. Blackpink wasn't designed to be another pretty K-pop girl group. They were meant to redefine the standard. Their songs carry that attitude. Sharp, confident, unapologetic. Whether it's Boom Baya, Kill This Love, or Pink Venom, each era has carried the same message. Beauty and power can coexist. This wasn't just YG's marketing slogan. It was a cultural declaration. Blackpink became a mirror of modern womanhood, showing that strength and femininity are not opposites, but two sides of the same identity. So when fans chant the name Blackpink, they're not just calling out a band. They're echoing a vision, one where women can be elegant yet dominant, stunning yet untouchable, soft yet unstoppable. That's what YG meant by pretty isn't everything. It was never about rejecting beauty. It was about redefining it. The modern Korean message. Korea has always been a society that cherishes modesty, harmony, and refinement, especially when it comes to women. For generations, the ideal woman was seen as gentle, polite, and perfectly composed. She was expected to smile softly, speak carefully, and never draw too much attention. That was the traditional pink ideal, graceful, beautiful, but restrained. But times are changing, and Blackpink arrived right in the middle of that transformation. In modern Korea, the younger generation is challenging old definitions of what it means to be feminine. Women are speaking louder, dreaming bolder, and refusing to hide behind social expectations. Blackpink became the perfect reflection of this shift. 4 women who embody confidence, independence, and power, all while embracing their femininity. Their name, Blackpink, captures that new spirit. It's a visual rebellion, combining the elegance of pink with the boldness of black. It's as if they're saying, we can wear pink and still be unstoppable. We can love fashion and still command a stadium. We can be beautiful but never fragile. And that's a powerful message in a culture where image still matters deeply. Blackpink broke through the boundaries that once limited what women could represent. They redefined femininity as strength wrapped in beauty, a blend of grace and grit that young Koreans could finally see themselves in. From their music videos to their fashion, Everything about Blackpink radiates that message. The sleek black outfits paired with pink sparkles, it's not just styling. It's a symbolism. It's the merging of tradition and rebellion, delicacy and dominance. For many young Korean women, Blackpink became more than idols. They became symbols of possibility, proof that you don't have to fit the mold to be admired. You can be loud, confident, creative, and still be authentically feminine. So when Blackpink steps on stage, they aren't just performing songs, they're performing a cultural revolution. They're telling Korea and the world that femininity can be fierce. That's the modern Korean message behind Blackpink. It's not just pop culture. It's empowerment wrapped in rhythm, fashion, and fearless expression. Global impact of the message. Blackpink's message didn't just stay within the borders of South Korea. It exploded across the world. When their name and music reached global audiences, something extraordinary happened. Millions of young fans began to see themselves differently. From Seoul to São Paulo, from Lagos to Los Angeles, Blackpink's message of power and grace resonated deeply. They showed that you could be elegant yet fierce, glamorous yet grounded, feminine yet strong. Their name became a mirror through which young people, especially women, began to rediscover their confidence, ambition, and self-worth. What started as a K-pop group soon transformed into a movement that redefined modern womanhood and self-expression. Fans didn't just listen to Blackpink, they lived their message. Social media became flooded with art, fashion, and personal stories inspired by the duality that Blackpink embodies. Light and dark, grace and grit, beauty and strength. Every performance, every outfit, every lyric carried a silent reminder that identity is not one-dimensional. You can be soft and powerful. You can love pink but still wear black. You can smile sweetly and still conquer the world. For many international fans, Blackpink became a form of empowerment therapy, a reason to embrace themselves without apology. The group's confidence encouraged people to step into their own uniqueness and reject the limitations society tries to impose. Even outside the entertainment world, Blackpink's influence seeped into fashion, activism, and culture. They became global ambassadors for luxury brands, but also symbols of global unity. 4 women from South Korea who spoke a universal language of confidence and self-expression. And perhaps that's what makes their message so powerful. It transcends music. It's not about K-pop anymore, it's about human identity. The name Blackpink became a reminder that no one is too soft to be strong or too strong to be beautiful. Across continents and generations, Blackpink inspired a new mindset, that femininity isn't a weakness, it's a weapon. That's why their name isn't just a brand, it's a global philosophy of balance, resilience and unapologetic power. Spiritual or deeper life insight. When you think about it, life itself is black and pink, a balance between joy and pain, weakness and strength, darkness and light. The name Blackpink may sound like just a clever brand, but when you look deeper, it reflects the essence of being human. We all have moments when we shine brightly, full of color, hope, and laughter. That's the pink. But we also walk through seasons of shadow, loss, and doubt. That's the black, and together they form the full picture of who we are. Maybe that's why this name touches people far beyond the music industry. It's not just a stage identity, it's a mirror of life itself. Blackpink reminds us that even when the world sees only our darkness, there's still beauty waiting to emerge. The black doesn't cancel the pink, it completes it. Spiritually speaking, life was never meant to be all light or all shadow. God, fate, or the universe, however you see it, designed balance into everything. There's day and night, laughter and tears, victory and failure. One cannot exist meaningfully without the other. Blackpink, in its poetic way, reflects that divine symmetry, the truth that strength grows out of struggle, and beauty shines brightest after the storm. When you watch them perform, it's more than entertainment. It's a symbol of endurance. Behind the glamour are women who have fought rejection, exhaustion, and pressure, yet they still radiate confidence and light. Their journey echoes a universal truth, that real power is not about perfection, but resilience. And maybe that's why millions resonate with them, because deep down, every person is a mix of black and pink. We fall, we rise, we hurt, we heal. Life is never one color. It's the masterpiece created when both blend together. So the next time you hear the name Blackpink, don't just think of a K-pop group. Think of a life lesson, a spiritual reminder that even in your darkest moments, there's still color, there's still beauty, and there's still you. That's what makes the name timeless, not just a brand, but a reflection of the human soul. So next time you hear the word Blackpink, don't think of it as just another pop group or trendy brand. Think of it as a message, a living declaration that beauty can be bold, that power can be gentle, and that the modern world is finally ready to embrace both. Because behind every lyric, behind every color, there's a story about human identity, about who we are becoming as a generation. Blackpink didn't just redefine music, they redefined meaning. They showed us that strength doesn't always roar, sometimes it smiles. And that femininity isn't a limitation. It's a force that can change how the world sees women, beauty, and confidence. In a society obsessed with appearances, the name Blackpink reminds us to look deeper, beyond the surface, beyond the filters. It whispers a timeless truth, that what you see isn't always what you get, and that there's beauty in every contradiction. For Korea, Blackpink became a voice of transformation. For the world, they became a symbol of courage. And for every individual listening, they became a reminder that you too are a blend of black and pink. You have moments of darkness, yes, but also bursts of light that make you who you are. You are proof that balance is beautiful. So as their songs play and their performances light up the stage, remember, you're not just watching four artists, you're witnessing a message in motion, a statement that says be confident, be kind, be both. And if you've enjoyed uncovering this hidden layer of meaning, the cultural, emotional, and even spiritual side of Korean life, then you're in the right place. This channel dives beyond the surface to explore the soul of Korea, its traditions, values, and the secret meanings hidden in its art, language, and lifestyle. So don't just watch, join the journey. Hit that subscribe button, and let's continue discovering the untold truths behind Korea's culture, icons, and the stories that inspire the world. Because just like Blackpink, this story doesn't end here. It's only the beginning of seeing beauty and strength through new eyes.